Went downtown to see my lady.
Chad
Twisted me up
made
and
us
was
do a
crazy. It'll be
Hall &
all
Oates
right.
readiness check yesterday.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I was like,
No, not
I
kidding.
can't go for that. And
no,
then it was like, oh
no.
I'll do anything that you want me to, but I can't go for that.
Oh no.
I can't
This
go for
is
that.
another example of the morning pod being Chad's sweet spot. Do you
Right
see
away
this
in the
energy
beginning.
he's coming in with?
Yeah.
Caitlin's just
Came
like,
in hot.
yeah.
I'm a little tired, but
Caitlin peaks at about
I'm more of a midday,
4 to 6
late
p.m.
night kind of gal.
Yeah.
Chad peaks at 7 a.m.
Yeah, but just like from 7 a.m. to like
7:15.
7:45.
Yeah. as soon as the record button goes off, or you know what, halfway through.
Go and take a little nap in my cozy cubby.
So we are doing another early morning pod.
We are.
And I think second week in a row of the morning pod, I'm feeling good.
Do you think this is our new thing?
I don't mind it.
We're
'cause-
like morning newscasters.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, Chad, like, do you know what the weather is going to be today? Do you want to give us a little weather
Oh,
forecast?
sure. Today in the Boston Metro, it's going to be a high of 88 degrees.
Beautiful. What about
Partially
the
clouded
Pacific
throughout.
Northwest? What's going to be out there?
Pacific Northwest, you might get some snow.
Ooh,
Oh.
Yeah.
weird choice
Yeah,
for
this
for July.
climate
Global
change is
warming.
like
Interesting.
really, it's really throwing things off.
And last, just for our Milwaukee friends, because I know we got a bunch. What's it going to be like today for them?
Sunny with a side of cheese curds.
Ooh, fantastic!
Wow.
Actually, we're heading into a holiday weekend. I bet there's
We
going to be some
are.
afternoon bloodies going on out there.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
I hope so.
You know, I could go for a bloody.
Could you?
Yeah,
I thought you
I'm
were
not
a
a big fan of
Bloody
them,
Mary
but you know,
fan.
I'm feeling a little loose today.
Yeah, look at you.
We
You're
have-
like staring down a holiday weekend.
We have a very busy day, and this is just one
Yeah,
part
we do.
of a day. We all have busy days today.
Yeah.
But we're starting our day with a pod. So
I
like,
know,
You
what
know,
a
what
way
better
to
way
kick
to kick
things
it
off.
those of you listening to us on your way into work, and you're like, yeah, they're talking about their busy day. I'm about to head into a busy day.
Mhm.
We feel you.
Yeah.
We feel
Yeah.
you out
Look at
there.
that.
Also,
We're all in it together.
happy 4th. Everybody
We'll have already
just already
celebrated
had
the
their 4th,
4th.
so I
Yeah.
hope your weekend was great. And I read an article last
I hope
night.
you didn't get a lot of bug bites or a sunburn.
It was a BuzzFeed article about how we say the 4th of July,
Yeah.
although the rest of the world does their dates like 4 July 2019.
Yeah.
But we do it July 4 2019.
Yeah.
But for some reason we call it the 4th of July and not July 4th.
A whole article was about that, huh?
It's BuzzFeed, so it's like you take one little tweet of an idea
yeah,
and
then
turn
you
it into a
just-
whole
lot
post.
of swiping.
So kind of like our podcast.
Yeah, it felt like that.
Good call.
Stretching it
Good
out.
call.
Getting
Oh my
harder and
gosh.
harder. It's like when you pull silly putty and it like starts. It's right about to break. You know,
We push it
It's about
right to the edge.
snap.
Right to the edge. Although the nice thing about these morning pods is it gives us like a very hard stop.
It does.
So it forces
Before
us to be
morning meeting.
constrained.
Yeah.
It keeps us a little tighter.
It tries to.
You'd be surprised though, listening to this banter, that we're actually on a
That
hard
we're on a
stop.
time crunch. I'm like keep looking at the clock on my computer. I'm like,
Oh, we
okay.
should have a big stopwatch right behind
Oh,
each other.
there's an idea.
You know, like if I could just look at Chad and see a big countdown right to him.
I like that. Be like a presidential debate.
Ooh.
That would stress me out.
You'd be like, oh, sorry, my time is up.
We should do like
Yeah,
a
Joe Biden just
we should do like a presidential debate like style
Ooh.
podcast.
about why we
Isn't
think we're
that,
the best.
isn't that
Yeah,
pretty
or
much
like-
what we do when we do
Yeah,
like a
that's
rating?
true. But like we'll have time. There'll be equity of time.
Ooh, we'll have to have a moderator
Yeah.
for us.
That's not bad.
Elliot can't grandstand the whole time.
Why
Yeah,
we
who
think
am
you
I?
should buy and I'm an Elliot shirt.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Here.
Here's what I'll do for you on the pod.
Sales are looking low. That's true. That's how people vote with merch.
Hey,
Ooh.
that's not a bad
Yeah.
little.
I'll tell you what, I'm in office right now if that's the case.
Hey, welcome everybody to I'll Tell You What, your weekly dose of uninformed analysis. We just didn't
Morning
do it before.
edition.
Morning.
No, that.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, sure.
Sports Center
Yeah.
goes all day. It's fine.
Yeah. But we didn't do it before.
No,
so
I
figured
like
we had
that.
to-
I
we
like
had
that
to-
we, we have our natural, just conversational banter,
Yeah, then we remember that we're recording a podcast.
and then we go into pod mode. So, Chad, thank you for keeping us
Thanks, Chad.
organized.
Somebody's got to like keep this train on the
Yeah,
tracks.
man.
This isn't the MBTA. You can't just have it fall off the tracks.
We're
and
each
then
just one
charge
leg of a
people more.
tripod.
Bit.
We support each other.
Yeah.
And together, we're stable.
So we're all
Yeah,
in this together
we're okay.
till the end.
Together we're not great, but passable.
passable.
Thanks for your vote of confidence, Caitlin and Chad. I support
If you're
you.
still listening at this point, that's your fault.
That's not a great thing to say 6 minutes in.
That's the truth.
You're right.
All right, well, what are we doing here today?
So, similar to Caitlin's talk with Siliputty,
Yeah.
we're going back a little bit into our childhood, and we're talking
Beautiful.
about some of our favorite cartoons
We are.
from the 90s, early 2000s, our youth, if you will.
Our
Whoa,
youth.
whoa.
Elliot
Are
still
we-
probably watches cartoons.
Are we branching into the early 2000s, or is this
Oh
defined
my
to
God.
the 90s?
He's so strict on the
we
rules.
said 90s
We said
cartoons.
90s, but also then there's just this crossover. And as I said earlier, this is uninformed analysis. So I'm
Okay,
not drawing a
fine,
line between it was on the
we
air.
were
and coming in
too
2000.
old to be watching cartoons in the early 2000s, though.
Well, I have a cartoon that I'm going to bring up that I'm pretty sure we were watching way into adulthood.
Okay,
So,
interesting.
Yeah, perhaps.
I'm just saying.
The Simpsons.
I
I
can't
just
get in
wanted
front
to
of this.
guess. I could kind of see Elliot's
How
computer
dare
with his
you.
list, but
Stop it.
he didn't write it in 2-point font like he's wants to
Yeah.
do normally. But
The
it's
security's
too
been
far away
breached.
from me
That's
to be
because
able
it's
to
my
read.
own computer,
Yeah,
not
he
a
just,
shared
He just
document.
turned it away from my sight line because he's such a loser.
So this one, we're not going to do so much of the defined bracket style.
No,
What
the
we're gonna
bracket's
do,
got the day off.
If you were a listener back in the Disney movie days, the dark days,
Of course you were.
of course you were. We're kind of just going to bring our favorites to the table.
Yeah.
Discuss them
And maybe come up with a
and come up with a
top 10?
a top something.
A top list.
But we are definitely
Top
going
list.
to come with
Top
we're definitely going to finish with a top 3 and,
Oh.
and a number 1.
Okay,
Ooh.
let me tell you, there might be some overlap between this and that Disney. If you're picking up what I'm putting down,
Oh,
all
yeah,
right?
I'm with you, girl.
We thought we were
'Cause I
going to
got it
learn a
on
little
there.
bit in our time. But so we are all, I think we'd say 90s kids.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I was born in 87. Chad, you the same.
Yep.
Caitlin, I'm not going to ask your
85.
age. Whoa, put it out there. So
Good for you, girl.
we all spent the bulk of our
2
childhood
years.
in the 90s.
Yes.
Right?
Pogs, Jenko jeans.
Oh, yeah, Pogs.
Did you ever have a pair of Jinkos?
Yeah, I did, but they
Yeah.
were khakis.
Oh,
Khaki Jinkos, man.
Yeah.
he's always been a young adult. Chad was born in a pair of Dockers and penny loafers.
Get me right on the Dockers.
Yeah, I know.
The penny loafers. Not so
I
much.
love the idea of Jinkos being so quintessentially jeans. Yet Chad had the khaki
I
variety.
bet they were creased too.
They were not.
They were pleated in the front.
I don't like. I don't.
I didn't know
I
you
don't
could buy
like
a pair
this.
of those with a tapered leg.
They weren't.
This makes me happy.
They were Bermuda shorts.
Oh boy. Yeah, Jinko jeans. I remember I wore Jinko jeans with a chain wallet.
Oh, of course.
Ooh.
you
And I
did.
wore the monkey ball necklace. Do you remember those?
No.
I think they were called monkey ball. They were like the steel balls.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, sure.
So I've
Never heard that monkey
think they were
ball.
called monkey balls. Write in, tell me if I'm wrong. But for me, they were monkey balls. And then later on in life, I wore the puka shell necklace.
Oh,
Remember those?
yeah.
Yeah. I was a real surfer bro in central Pennsylvania.
Egg and Ted on Lake
Yeah, bro.
Erie.
All right. So what do we got? What do we? What?
I don't know.
Racetown Lake.
Oh, Racetown Lake.
Ooh. What do we
Canoe
got?
Creek, if you're an actual central Pennsylvania
Oh,
person.
Altoona Beach.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Rays, waves, and lays.
Sure, the
Potato
chips.
chips.
Always for the chips. Always having those greasy fingers. What are we doing?
We're talking about
Unclear.
cartoons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Trying to get us there.
Yeah.
Should we just dive into it? What do you think? Should we list our favorites first and kind of get the good ones out there?
Sure, like round robin-y, just like
Yeah, let's.
we each prepped for this. Let it be known, let the record state that Chad and I did advanced prep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Elliot found out that we had prepped and he didn't, so he scurried
I
to write
thought
down
I was,
a list.
I was going to speak from just my nostalgic memories.
Yeah,
But I found.
you have a big problem when Chad and I arrive at a show that way, but
Well,
okay.
so
It's
maybe my
fine.
nostalgia.
don't even take this seriously.
Monkey ball C, monkey
you make
ball
me.
do.
You make me look like a tyrant.
We
We talked about that last
Yeah.
week. Yes.
Shit. All right. So let's get to it. Let's
All
start
right.
listing out our contenders.
Well, I'm just going to toss one out there.
Okay, let's hear
Coming
it.
back from childhood, Bobby's World.
I had that on my list too. Don't
Bobby
you
bullshit.
know?
Don't you make me get the vacuum.
Because it's your Minnesota
yeah,
roots,
exactly.
Wisconsin
That's
roots.
really had that
Yeah.
early entry scene with him riding the tricycle down that 3D hallway. His brother had a rat's tail, which was
That's
very
right.
contemporary
Bobby's
at the time.
mom.
Chad really identified with a young boy in a rat tail. Did you ever have a rat tail?
I did when I was in
guarantee you
kindergarten.
Did you
Yeah.
ever have a rat tail?
No, but my younger brother did.
You were jealous?
No, it was like mullets were a thing, but the hairstyle we had was the buzzed hair with the bangs.
The bangs.
Yeah.
I definitely had that, but never the rat tail. So I had like the front rat tail.
Could
you
you
will.
do something for Chad and I to show us that you love us?
Maybe.
Could you grow out just the middle part of the beard into like a little rat tail braid?
I can't.
Come on.
Maybe if I let it get long enough, I will braid it one day.
Okay.
But I can't actually grow it into that. Sorry, I totally derailed Bobby's World. So I've never seen Bobby's World.
it's
I
a
don't
good
really.
one.
Is that
He wears the little red shorts.
does that have anything
Maybe
to
a
do with
white
Howie
top.
Mandel?
It does, yeah.
It does. Okay.
Oh,
He's the voice of the
yeah.
dad.
Okay.
Maybe Bobby even. I don't
Maybe.
know.
Bobby's mom was like a big character. She was
Yeah.
like central to the show.
Really? So the
Yeah.
extent of what I know about Bobby's World is that Howie Mandel was involved.
I just
That's all I
was
have.
reminded of that when you said it. Yeah.
So I don't know anything about Bobby's World. So
That's about all I got.
It's not
Yeah.
going to get love from me, but
Yeah.
I support it.
When I said I prepped, I looked at a list of cartoons that were, popular
Yeah.
when we were coming.
what more prep
up,
can you
but,
do,
But
really?
not didn't really remind myself
Yeah.
of what those cartoons were about. Just like,
No.
I liked that.
I remember that name.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I did a very similar thing, but I just talked with my wife instead of
So
looking.
Chad, was that your number one choice or your?
No, I thought I was just
He's
throwing it out there.
throwing them out.
I mean, can you argue with a
Nope.
big brother with a rat's tail? I mean, come
Nope.
on.
I mean,
come
I don't
on.
even know what channel it is. I've never seen it.
It was
What-
on Fox 9, at least for me.
Fox.
Oh,
See,
okay.
Fox does animation.
Yeah, they do.
Well.
They do.
We'll talk about Fox a lot, I think, on my list.
Okay.
Caitlin, what about you?
Darkwing Duck was one of my faves.
Yes.
Let's get dangerous.
Dangerous.
We used to have like one of those what the, like the old Nintendo growing up. We had the Darkwing.
NES?
Yeah, that's
Some
what,
people call it a NES, which
I don't
they're
like
maniacs. Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah,
either.
we had the Darkwing Duck game. I remember. I never could get past the second level.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I've seen Darkwing Duck.
He's
Is that-
related to the. I think he's maybe an uncle or brother
Yeah.
of Scrooge McDuck.
I was gonna ask, are they related?
Yeah, they
Okay.
are related. Same family.
Yeah, I think it's like a spin-off from the DuckTales.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's sort of a Batman-esque character.
Sure.
Like people don't know
He wears
he's
like the
Darkwing Duck.
purple eye
Cape and a hat.
Yes.
like mask.
Yeah.
Yes, and he
Those
had.
masks that really, I don't know who's behind that mask.
I know. Like he looks so different than he does in everyday life. I don't know if
I
he
think
had
he was
a
a
name.
PI. I think was like his standard
maybe.
job.
And he had like, did he have a niece that lived with him?
Yeah, I
Penny,
think so.
maybe.
Yeah,
There's
something
always
like
a
that.
Penny. Have you noticed that in a cartoon?
Yeah.
Very often a Penny. And I
Sure.
think what he did is he had like a recliner that he would sit in, and it would like flip over, and that would bring him to like his underground
Oh, that's
duck
fun.
lair. Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, so I liked that one. A little bit of mystery, a little intrigue.
Yeah, so I also looked at a list of favorite cartoons, and Darkwing Duck showed up on almost all of
It
them.
was a great one.
But I don't think I ever really clicked or saw that one.
Oh, well,
Sometimes
you'd
I
like
wonder
it.
what your childhood was like because we're such parallel tracks, but then you have these gaps in your childhood that
I
I,
know.
just don't understand.
I think
He wore the monkey ball necklace a little too tight,
Oh.
so the memory's a little lagging and stuff.
my childhood was, I think, a lot more based in video games more than TV, and I played a lot of sports, which I think everyone plays sports when they're kids,
Yeah.
usually. So
I was too busy being an athlete to watch your TV
No,
shows.
no, no, I'm
Jack.
He
not-
didn't want to get his khakis dirty.
I wasn't trying to say that. I just think I think video games, like, I have a lot more to say about like
Okay.
my childhood video
Makes
games.
sense.
I do my childhood TV.
Cool.
Gotcha.
What's one of your shows here? Elliot?
So I'm gonna throw out a heavy hitter right off the bat, and I'm gonna sing the intro first.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, good one. Doug.
Yeah,
Doug.
that's what
Yeah.
interesting with Doug because it switched over from Nickelodeon to like
That's
a Disney property
right.
like halfway through
But
its run.
they,
I
yeah, but
never
they're-
I never
that
had the
probably
Disney
came
Channel.
when ABC,
Yeah, with
or
that
Disney
merger.
bought
Yep.
ADBC.
I
or
was
whatever.
Nickelodeon kid to the core, and we didn't have Disney Channel, so
Yeah,
I
we were
didn't see it
Nickelodeon.
once it switched over.
Mm,
But
yep.
It was
Doug
on
and
Yeah,
Skeeter
it moved over to the ABC,
ABC.
Saturday
It was
morning.
a Saturday morning cartoon.
So that sounds like a your
He
problem,
was playing
not like their
sports.
problem.
it wasn't like that.
He was out in the backyard lifting weights.
Saturday morning had to be at the baseball field.
and shot 400 free throws a day. You got to get up early
That's not how it worked. But we did play a lot of baseball games on Saturday mornings, so
No time for Doug.
But the nematodes in the lake, remember that in Doug?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I don't. That wouldn't be an episode that triggers for me.
I was identified with the cool kid in the leather jacket.
Roger.
No, I'm kidding.
Well, I loved Skeeter.
Skeeter and Quail Man when he put his belt and underwear outside of his pants and the belt around his head.
And Patty Mayonnaise.
Yeah. Patty, come on.
I liked Patty.
If you could remember the characters.
And Judy, his older sister, right?
Yeah.
And Pork Chop, the dog.
See, I think it's on your list too.
It is on my list.
I think there's a lot
of. It's on everybody's list. Elliot.
There's a lot of nostalgia
when you say your favorite
Doug.
food is pizza. It's like, duh, it's everybody's favorite food.
Get out of here. Chad, what's next on your list?
I'm going to throw out a Heathcliff.
Oh, Heathcliff the cat.
Yeah, Heathcliff, so much
Wow,
fun, terrorizing everyone.
You went back into the archives for that one.
Never.
That might be an 80s cartoon.
I've never even heard of Heathcliff, and I just looked it up. The first episode, this is funny, it didn't have a long run. The first episode was 1984.
It was short-lived.
The final episode was 1985.
Yeah, we were watching it in syndication for sure.
VHS.
I remember Heathcliff.
I don't know anything about Heathcliff.
Heathcliff was a cat that terrorized the neighborhood. I realize that's all from
cat.
but he was like kind of like a raspy. He sounds like he was a smoker.
Chad, I'm gonna say your two
he
choices.
lived all of those 9 lives. I'll tell you that.
Your two choices so far, being Bobby's World and Heathcliff, are the most Chad choices you could have ever brought to this list.
Choices.
It's insane.
Well, I want to make sure that they make it into the conversation.
Why?
Because they were important to my childhood. So
okay,
I want to make
that's fair.
Otherwise, so many of the other things are just, I think, not going to get represented.
Yeah, anyone could pick Doug, Elliot.
Yeah.
You know what? But somebody had to. Okay, I'm trying to make this list representative of the
Little
average
Mermaid all over
90
again.
kid. Caitlin.
Muppet Babies that did
Yeah,
their dreams
that's a
come
good
true. Remember the Muppet Babies? No. What?
Was it?
It was the Muppets shrunken down as babies.
Was it animated or was it actual
No,
Muppets?
it was animated.
Okay.
I think there might have been like a similar baby puppet thing too.
Okay.
Really?
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
No.
I'm not sure.
Definitely the cartoon though.
Yeah, they lived in like the house with, who was the lady, the grandma? I don't remember who she was, but they would like go on adventures. Muppet Babies.
Muppet
TV
Babies.
Series.
Also, first episode 1984. So
Another
you guys
syndication.
love these syndicated kid shows.
You know, are you ever going to argue with something that Jim Henson created? I also have I know this doesn't really qualify for this list because it wasn't animated.
Yeah.
But I put it on my list anyways, just because I wanted to bring it up
You
and
wanted
talk
to
about
flagrantly break the rules?
Yeah, remember that show Dinosaurs?
Oh yeah, I started watching
With
an
the little
episode
baby
last
dinosaur?
week.
Yeah,
That had
I'm
wore
the baby,
a little yellow
gotta
t-shirt?
love me.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Fran the
It's
mom.
available on Hulu if you want to have
Well,
a
I also
crazy
have
weekend.
the whole series on DVD. I received it as a gift.
Yes.
I don't have a DVD player, but
What a weird gift.
if we can get one somewhere, we can watch it.
I've got one.
All right, we're going over
Guess what? I
Elliot's.
didn't know what we're doing this weekend.
On the 4th of July, let's watch Dinosaur.
That was such a good show. Remember?
It
And the
was.
grandma.
Yes.
All right,
Curling day.
my turn, and I'm gonna keep at it, representing the shows that people actually watched when they were 90s kids. And I'm gonna, I bring the basic options.
We know.
Yeah.
I'm the basic boy from this
Yeah,
list.
you're the
Basic
pumpkin
boy.
spice latte
Yeah.
of this group.
I gotta
I
bring.
thought I smelled cinnamon.
I gotta bring Rugrats.
Yeah, that's the solid.
Yeah, sure. How did the Rugrats theme song
Yeah,
go?
sure.
I mean, it's just like it's Doug's cousin.
A lot of mine are Nickelodeon
I know.
classics.
How did the Rugrats theme song go?
I
though?
don't remember.
I don't remember at all.
But Tommy Pickles, Chucky was his
Chucky.
brother or
Yeah,
friend.
Friend. Angelica.
I'm gonna be honest
The
with you. I
twins.
grew up in an almost entirely Catholic community. I went to Catholic school. I knew nothing about anything that wasn't Catholicism.
Okay.
Rugrats, especially the
'cause they were-
Hanukkah episode
they were Jewish.
Yeah.
and Passover, taught me a lot about Old Testament and Judaism in general. So it expanded knowledge of a whole different community I didn't know anything about.
And then
Wow.
also,
Thanks, Tommy
Nickelodeon also
Pickles.
was notorious when they would release like a movie, especially of these cartoons. It'd be the bright orange VHS.
Oh yeah.
Back when like the
Yep.
big competition against Disney
Yeah,
and like
really
all
get you
those
going.
classics, Yeah,
Yeah, those Rugrats movies were pretty good.
Nickelodeon knows what they're
They
doing.
did 2 of them, right?
I don't recall.
I think there were.
So I'm bringing Rugrats to the table.
Good for you, man.
Chad.
Gargoyles.
Oh, I
yeah,
almost
yeah,
put that
yeah.
on my
Yep.
list, but then I couldn't really remember what it was about.
Gargoyles is on my list.
I remember like
This is the first time I'm like, yeah, Chad, I'm with you. I
Yeah.
love it.
I remember like it was big, and one of my like waking nightmares that I had back in the day that you ever have like one of those crazy dreams that just like syncs with you? Like mine, I was a gargoyle and I had wings that were like measuring cups on my back. It was like one of those weird, like you wake up from a dream and you don't know why it like shook you to your core, but it is. So I was like, I don't know, 8, and I had this like nightmare, and it just stuck with me because it was just a show I was watching so much, but I don't know why it like shook me.
I remember they released like a Gargoyles movie. Ooh. But it was just the first 4 episodes of the TV show. Yeah. So I was like, I've seen this.
That sounds like what's something I like. I'll tell you what would do.
That's a repost for sure. We're definitely going to start reposting episodes at some point.
Happy holidays.
I'm totally with you on Gargoyles. I loved it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The sun's coming up. Get down.
It was a cool show. It was like had a cool style, and it was like very dark and gothic, really cool,
moody,
very moody. I liked it. I support you, Chad.
That's a good one, Chad.
Okay, what do you got?
I got another Saturday morning style one. Pepper Ann, much too cool for 7th grade. Pepper Ann, she's like 1 in a million. Remember Pepper Ann? No, Elliot has no idea.
I feel like we grew up in different countries or different decades. Because I have never even heard of Pepper Ann.
Did you watch One Saturday Morning at all?
I wasn't big on the Saturday morning stuff.
Well, that's where you're missing like the quintessential.
When people say like Saturday morning cartoons, for me that wasn't really a thing. Like I don't know. I watched cartoons after school during the week. I think I wasn't. I didn't have this big Saturday morning. This is like the kind of stuff you would watch
before you went to like soccer on Saturday mornings.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never even heard of Pepper Ann.
I don't know what's wrong with you.
She was much too cool for 7th grade.
Yeah, she's 1 in a million.
I've got nothing.
She was like nothing for ginger-esque girl who like the average American could relate to.
Pepper Ann Pearson. She was spirited, quirky, sassy, and unpredictable.
Wild card.
Yeah, she had like these fantasies. Like she would like turn into like other like people.
Yeah, it's kind of like her journal.
So this was a Disney,
but in a cartoon.
Yeah, but it was like on ABC.
But it was on ABC.
Yeah.
So I looked up the show, and I do recognize this person, but I don't think I've ever seen the show. But yeah, too cool to be 12.
Yeah, too cool.
All right, Elliot, what are you bringing to the table?
The next thing I'm going to bring to the table is Batman, the animated series.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Released in 1992.
Okay.
Which was like right after, it was like very much a cartoon modeled after the Tim Burton Batman movies, like the kind of weird, quirky, the darker Batman.
Like the Michael Keaton as Batman?
Yeah. So Batman 1 and Batman 2 with Danny DeVito as the Penguin. Those are the Tim Burton Batmans. And the show was like very much like in that same like dark Batman vein. Really cool. So it wasn't like the cheesy Val Kilmer Batman.
Okay. I forgot he was Batman. But, he is cheesy.
Mark Hamill.
I wonder if he listens to I'll Tell You What.
Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker from Star Wars. Yeah. Mark Hamill was the Joker in that series.
Have you seen the interesting? Have you seen the preview for the new? Is it the Joker or the Riddler movie? Joker. With Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, looks incredible.
It looks really good.
Looks incredible. Joaquin Phoenix.
Is
one of the greatest actors of our time.
We should.
There's nothing weird about him, right?
He's kind of a weird dude.
I know he's weird, but I'm saying weird as in like inappropriate
weird.
I don't know. Because I don't want to like throw my full support behind like a creeper.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
We'll Google it.
I think he's more like I'm not going to talk to anybody for 6 months kind of weird.
I mean, I know he's done like artistic weird things, but I don't want him to be like illegal weird, you know?
Yeah,
Chad just stares at me.
I know. I just wanted to make Elliot squirm a little bit.
Are you Googling, is Joaquin Phoenix weird? Because that's going to be a yes.
I put bad weird.
I got another one for us. I'm going to throw out the Tailspin. With Baloo.
That's on my list.
That's a good one.
Yes.
You know?
I loved that one.
Courier service.
Is that also ducks?
I think it was like the same universe. The
gang all came together. Yeah.
Because I think the pilot for Tailspin, I think, was the flying pilot in DuckTales. It was like that bigger duck with the leather jacket.
Oh, and then Baloo take over.
Yeah, I think they were. I think they were like partners.
Did Chip and Dale ever touch down on Tailspin?
Ooh, I don't know. They might have done like a crossover episode or something.
It was kind of like the Jungle Book gang. Like
In at least in the images I'm seeing, there's no ducks in Tailspin. There's like a big bear. You're
right. He wore the leather bomber jacket. The duck. Yeah, he was like the cool Duck. He was like a Maverick Top Gun kind of guy.
Yeah, I might just be like mixing together my Saturday morning memories.
No, you're right. They did a lot of crossover stuff.
Yeah. So there's Tailspin for you. Big old bear.
Yeah, that's Baloo.
Okay, so it's the Jungle Book
Yeah,
crew.
but then see the monkey on the left? He's also a Jungle Book guy.
Right. I recognize those two for sure. Cool.
I loved Tailspin.
I don't have a connection to Tailspin.
Oh, Elliot.
How did you even like eat at McDonald's and not get the toys that were Tailspin
I mean,
toys?
you know I ate at McDonald's, and you know I was getting those toys.
See, the ducks are here, so they did some work together, it looks like.
They flew the plane?
It looks like Scrooge and the boys.
I think we have to just watch
Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Watch some of it.
So it seems like more research is in order.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have a busy weekend.
Caitlin, what's up for you?
Well, Chad just introduced some of my faves.
Your heavy hitters.
So I think we obviously know what I'm going to put on the list right now.
Let's do it.
I can't wait for it.
Woohoo! DuckTales.
Goodness gracious.
DuckTales. Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Here in DuckTales. Duckburg, yeah. Something to planes. It's a duck world. So they'll solve a mystery.
They'll rewrite history.
Guys, we're gonna get a copyright strike, okay? You're sounding too good, too authentic.
Exactly.
In yet another one, it's
you
two love and know these shows, and
DuckTales.
I know of DuckTales, of course, but I don't think I didn't watch it.
They've rebooted it recently with a new animation style that's just it's not the same. Yeah.
Was that maybe a Disney Channel show?
Yeah, no. DuckTales is a Disney property.
Okay,
yeah.
So I don't know, maybe my lack of Disney Channel.
But I don't think I was watching that on the Disney Channel. It must have been on. I don't know.
Okay.
I remember I loved the movie. Obviously, we've all heard that tale before.
That
DuckTale.
So I'm gonna bring to my list, Chad. You might know this. Beast Wars.
Oh,
either you know Beast Wars.
Describe it.
So Beast Wars was Transformers, but instead of cars, they were animals.
Yep.
Bumblebee was a bumblebee.
It was like dinosaurs.
Maybe there were dinosaurs. It was the second. I think it was the second ever fully CGI show.
Yeah.
So do you remember Reboot?
When was it on?
I don't think so.
Reboot was the first ever computer generated show, and the team that made Reboot then moved on to Beast Wars. So it's basically a computer generated Transformer show set in like the prehistoric past. So the cars then, like first episode, they found like dinosaurs, they turned into dinosaurs instead of cars. It went for like 3 or 4 years. Really cool.
Yeah.
Love Beast Wars.
That was part of my childhood.
Yeah.
I'll get behind that one. Another one I'm going to pull is Inspector Gadget.
Nice.
Go Gadget Arms.
I'm with that one. I like that one.
That one also was way before our time, but like we watched. Because I think that was like an early 80s.
Yeah, it seems about right.
Yeah,
was that another Penny? Another niece named Penny?
There was a Penny in that show, yeah.
There's always a Penny.
For sure. Wow, the first episode was 1982.
Yeah.
Wow, so we were definitely watching...
I did love Inspector Gadget. This message will self-destruct.
Although season 2 was in 86. So something's happening.
Long gap.
Maybe something's wrong, but either way, it was in the 80s for sure.
Fell asleep at the wheel.
Come on, Google.
Jesus.
You know, once you make something good, you can just like replay it over and over.
You heard it here first. I'll tell you what, listeners.
Well, also like that was part of part of our time. You know, like there wasn't the internet to look up what you wanted to see.
Sure.
They would just
on. You didn't know if it was new or not.
This is a
you
thing
missed
again.
it. Like you either had to record it on the VHS,
and
if your clock wasn't set and the power went out or something like that, you like had to record on the VCR ready to go.
Oh, tough life. Okay, what did I have? I had a few here.
Well, Inspector Gadget threw you off. Go Gadget.
Go get
microphone.
Beep. I know because I had that on mine too. I'm trying to think what I want to bring up next. Gummy bears.
Yes, that was a show.
Yeah,
Elliot.
Come on,
they would drink gummy juice and bounce around. They had to fight.
Shall we sing?
Oh.
Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere.
Doesn't seem like Chad knows this one.
I don't know the theme song.
What are you?
We are the gummy bears. I think they lived in like a magical forest.
There was like a evil guy who like worked in like the dungeon of a castle who was trying to like steal their juice or something like that. They had some sort of
tunnel system, I think.
I have no idea.
You don't often see a bear who burrows, so that was sort of new.
Never heard of it. And yet
I think they were Smurf adjacent in their lifestyle.
I think you're right.
Yet again, Chad and Caitlin bring the 80s shows to the 90s cartoon episodes.
But we were watching them into the 90s.
Sure.
Also, I think part of like a lot of my childhood was tethered to my aunt who is 5 years older than me, so we could watch a lot of like I was tailing behind her, so that might be part of it.
I was one of the older people in my family, so I didn't have an older person.
I feel like these cartoons came out, but they replayed for years and years and years and years and years and years and years.
This one
there just
started
wasn't as much stuff.
It started the year you were born, 85, and then finished in 91. Gummy Bears.
We probably watched it after it ran.
Probably. So my next one is going to stay within the rules of the 90s cartoons.
Oh my God.
And it's going to be Hey Arnold.
Hey Arnold.
Yeah. We all know it. We love it.
Yeah.
Football shaped
kid.
We
all know it.
Yep. I'm with Chad. What were his friends' names?
I don't remember.
There's a girl with the unibrow.
Yeah, Helga.
Helga. Yeah.
What was his friend?
His friend with the tall hair. Yeah. I don't remember.
He liked to play basketball.
But it made New York look like cool and gritty and I don't know, super different from my childhood. So it was kind of like a different world.
Hey, Arnold.
Got one for you.
Okay.
Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, that's
a little bit edgier, a little bit more adult. You're naughty if you're watching that one.
Can I hear an impression of the Beavis and Butthead laugh?
And then the other one's like,
wow.
That
was gold.
I made my list, and then I also made a subsequent list of cartoons I hated.
Ooh, that one's on there.
Beavis and Butthead's on there.
I want to once we get our whole list down. I want to hear your list of hated.
The antis.
Magic School Bus.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Frizzle. Didn't they? Isn't Kate McKinnon like rebooting?
Oh, you're right.
Is that a live action, or is she voicing an animated?
I think it's a live action.
Really?
She's a perfect Frizzle.
I'm definitely gonna have to see that movie.
I don't know if it's a movie or a series. I'm actually not sure. I just know Kate McKinnon is involved, whether she's acting or voicing or.
Maybe it's not live. You know what? I don't know. I can't tell. Oh, because I'm doing Google image search.
That'll happen. That'll happen.
No, I think it's cartoon.
Okay.
Which I'm a little bit disappointed by, but... she's already on. It's on Netflix, guys.
Oh, shit.
Well, I guess we know what we're doing this weekend.
Yeah. I'm not going to do that.
I'm probably not
personally.
Either.
All right. I have one more I have two more kid shows. I don't think this one's going to get on the list because I don't think either of you watched it. Did you watch Digimon?
Oh, no.
Digimon, digital monsters. Digimon are the champions.
I'm familiar with the
a little bit. Digimon was like a knockoff Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like Pokemon is pocket monsters. Digimon is digital monsters.
Is that what Pokemon stands for?
Yeah.
So you just take that Pokeball, you put it in your pocket.
You could.
You gotta be wearing cargo pants.
If you're serious, you're wearing a Pokeball belt.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. Come on, that ball's not.
Then why
don't
they call them Beltimons?
Well, I don't know. But Digimon, it was such a cool show. There was similar to Pokemon, but way better. Way better. So I love Digimon.
Okay.
So
if I had remembered that one, it would have been on my ones. Chip and Dale, Rescue Rangers, Chip and Dale.
Not much braver.
Great.
That was on my list too.
Okay.
I think that was the same Saturday morning with Tailspin, DuckTales, and Rescue Rangers.
Chip and Dale.
You two are absolutely synced.
Because Chip was also a pilot. Yeah. Well, at least he wore that bomber jacket. Yeah. You
didn't watch
Caitlin, I can see as a Dale. She's got the
shirt.
Hawaiian
That's
shirt.
Why I bought that shirt. Yeah. It's the same one he's got. I loved Chip and Dale.
One of these days,
Dale had the red nose. Chip had a little black nose.
Like a chocolate chip.
Yep.
One of these days, one of you will say a show, and I'll know what it was.
Okay. Let me think. Let me look at my list. It needs to be said.
Okay.
Captain Planet.
Captain Planet. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. With our powers combined.
Yeah.
Okay. Not
if
bad.
We didn't listen to Captain Planet, did we?
No, we
not
didn't.
As much.
He's due for a reboot. If we, obviously we're missing a fourth, but the three of us, what power would we each have? Wind, water, fire, heart?
Yeah.
Which was a weird element. Wind, water, fire.
I'd like to be wind.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'll be heart.
Okay.
No, I'll be water.
Okay.
Flow like water, Chad.
I guess I'll be fire. Ooh. And then the heart we all share.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, I like that.
I don't know if it's heart, but I think it might be.
Okay, so we listed 20 shows.
Oh, I have a longer list.
I know. So what I want to do now, I think to just get them out there.
Yeah.
I think we've kind of listed our favorites already.
Yeah.
So let's kind of just go down our list like rapid fire.
What remains?
The ones that finish off your list. What else? What else do you have that you didn't say? And since it's my turn, I will do that. Okay. The things I didn't say: X-Men.
Oh.
Yep.
Great show. Love it. I'm not going to say too much about it though. You know what? I should have said this. I regret I didn't. Dragon Ball Z. Anything? First anime I ever watched.
I know it's a thing.
Goku, Gohan,
not into
Vegeta,
it.
Piccolo. Anything? Nothing?
Vegeta?
Yeah, Vegeta.
Like fajita, but like the way
Yeah. I had Real Monsters.
Yeah, I had that too, but not
Monsters. Yeah.
Not on my like list.
Oh. 3 more. I have King of the Hill.
Which I'll tell you what.
What?
God damn it, Bobby.
That's a late 90s show. Simpsons.
One of my friends used to date this guy that looked like
Bobby Hill.
Bobby Hill.
Oh.
I used to call him Bobby Hill.
Oh, that's funny. Mean.
Yeah. He did, though.
Simpsons, which was in 89, was the first episode. Still going today.
Longest running
still
continuous
going.
animated show.
And Family Guy. Just got in there as a 1999 show. And I would hazard a guess that we were all watching Family Guy / Simpsons way into adulthood. At least I was.
So what's the guy who did The Simpsons? Matt Groening?
Matt Groening.
He grew up like in the town next to where I grew up.
Really?
So like a lot of the like stuff in The Simpsons is like fashioned after.
Oh, Springfield. Wow. Wasn't it Springfield?
That's the name of the town, but it's not. That's not the actual.
I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. A lot of people like. There's a big, or there used to be at least. Maybe it's been decided. A big debate about where Springfield actually is in the United States.
Right.
Some people think it's Midwest. Some people think it's New England.
Right.
So
it's unknown.
There you go. So that was the end of my list. Ending with Family Guy. So Chad, what about your remainders?
The remainders.
Yeah.
I got some interesting ones here. Celebrity Deathmatch.
The
claymation.
About that.
The claymation stuff. Like
that counts as animation.
Yeah, that does.
Garfield.
Oh, everybody hates a Monday. This is the second episode in a row we've talked about Garfield.
Mm-hmm. Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Yep.
Daria.
That one. Oh.
You're getting into the MTV and Cartoon Network stuff here.
Clone High. My wife reminded me.
Don't remember that one.
Robot Chicken.
Oh, Robot Chicken.
Care Bears.
Yep.
We talked about Muppet Babies. Rocco's Modern Life.
I had Rocco's. I didn't bring it.
Same, but on my bad list.
And then there was like a Flintstones baby.
Oh yeah.
Sort of show. That might have been like an 80s sort of thing too that I had.
Carryover.
So Caitlin, give me your remainder list, and then after that, I I want to hear your hated list.
My bad boys.
You've given a couple previews of what's on the hated list.
It's just a shorter list. Okay, the ones I hated. Okay, what didn't we talk? Arthur.
Oh,
that's right.
You know what? I'm putting Arthur on the real list because I forgot about Arthur.
And DW and the gang.
Love Arthur. Do you know Arthur?
Buster.
There's a Mr. Haney. The principal was Mr. Haney.
Oh.
First and only Haney I've ever seen in anywhere. TV, media, anything.
That's cool.
So I'm trying to be the second ever famous Haney.
All right. Hey, well, you're well on your way, pal. Pal, the dog and Arthur.
Wow.
My sister used to have a little stuffed animal, Pal.
Okay.
That's what I remember. Again, this is not into cartoon, not animated, but I just wanted to put it on my list so I could say it out loud. Wishbone.
Yes.
You've never seen Wishbone, Elliot?
Sorry.
He's a dog.
He was
like a little Jack Russell Terrier.
Yeah,
he would do
books, classic
books. And he would dress up in like period costume.
But he was a real life dog?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's not a cartoon.
Oh, it's so good.
How did PETA feel about that?
I'm sure he was compensated.
Yeah, let's just add Rita Rainbow to this too in the 90s cartoon list.
Well, I was just going to say that.
You understand where I'm going with Wishbone. It's adjacent,
like
right?
This whole episode, Caitlin and I are against Elliot.
We're on the same page.
Always. It's you too.
Not all, most of the time, but not always.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, good call. Good call.
That one feels like a real miss that it didn't end up on our...
You know what? Yeah. It's on the list.
Yeah. Let me see. What didn't I... Recess? I'm sure Elliot's never seen it.
No, I saw Recess. I know Recess.
How do you know Recess but not Pepper Ann? Those were like...
Yeah, they were back to back.
I don't know what to tell you.
PA.
I don't know.
This is another one that was like way before our time, but part of the zeitgeist. Scooby-Doo.
Oh, yeah.
Scooby-Doo. Yeah.
Goof Troop.
Goof Troop. Oh, yeah.
I also really liked Beetlejuice, the cartoon. So that was a spooky one. And that's it.
Okay.
You said Care Bears, right?
Yep.
Cool. Now let's hear that dastardly hated list and see how many of her hated shows made it to our.
No, as I put this together, I'm like, I'm sure these are all going to show up on Elliot and Chad's list that they love.
Are they a bunch of Nickelodeon shows?
Yeah, they kind of are.
Okay.
There's only a few of them. Real Monsters.
Okay.
Hated it.
Loved it.
Rocko's Modern Life.
Loved it.
Hated it. Ren and Stimpy.
I'm
double
with you,
hated it.
but I appreciate what it did.
This one you're going to be upset with me for.
Okay.
Pokemon.
Ooh. I wasn't big into the Pokemon TV show.
Okay.
I played the games. I collected the cards. I didn't really watch the show.
Okay. This one might be a bit controversial. SpongeBob.
That's controversial. You're a maniac.
Ugh, gross.
I can understand it.
I mean, SpongeBob was incredible.
Yeah, sure. Chad mentioned this one, but Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
And this one is a bit far afield, but Cat Dog.
Cat Dog sucked.
Ugh, like, why?
I was thinking about this list, and Cat Dog came into my memory, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
No, you're not getting on this list.
No.
That's
it. That's my whole list.
Do you remember Angry Beavers?
Yes, I meant to put that on my
Really?
list, and I forgot.
Like
I think I pressed send in my email to myself too soon.
Fairly Odd Parents is also in that same time period, same Nickelodeon
I don't know
grouping.
that one.
A couple other things that jogged my memory. Something that I loved when I was a kid, but I didn't remember it that great was Rocket Power.
Oh yeah,
where like
Rocket
the 4 kids
Power.
are all extreme sports
Kids,
athletes, like in
California.
Santa Monica or something, or maybe San Jose, Santa Barbara, something like that.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, I love that show. Okay, so we have just a few minutes left in our time.
We do.
We have a list of 20 or 22. We have 22.
I think it's already decided. I think we know who the winner is.
Hold on. So I don't think we need to get to a list of 10. That's crazy.
Okay.
I think we should get to a top 3.
Okay.
And then if we can come to a consensus, we'll pick a winner.
All right.
I'm going to disagree with the winner, though. I'll tell you that right now.
We know.
Let me just quickly read down the list of what we identified as our favorites. All right?
Yeah.
Bobby's World, Darkwing Duck, Doug, Heathcliff, never heard of it, Muppet Babies, Rugrats,
Babies.
Gargoyles, Pepper Ann,
Much too cool for
Batman the
7th
Animated
grade.
Series, Tailspin,
This is
DuckTales,
hard.
Beast Wars, Inspector Gadget, Gummy Bears, Arnold, Beavis and Butthead, Magic School Bus, Digimon, Rescue Rangers, Captain Planet, Arthur, and last but not least, coming in at the last minute,
This
Teenage
is an
Mutant Ninja
important ad.
Turtles.
Yeah.
That's a list.
Late to the party, but very well could be hosting this party at the end of it.
I'm gonna bump TMNT.
There's gonna be pizza
up
at
a
that
little
party.
bit
Yeah.
Michelangelo,
Pizza at
Raphael,
the party.
Donatello, Leonardo.
Well, it's interesting because
April O'Neil.
it's had
And
so many different
Shredder,
variations,
Splinter.
but I think we're all thinking about the same one that was like our childhood.
Yep. And then remember all the live action movies.
Oh my God.
They redid one Michael Bay did one.
Michael
with
Bay
the
has
did a
trash,
couple of them.
There's done
right?
2.
They've been bad though.
Bad, but
I just
they
feel
have a merit, but they're not
they're not the ones that we grew up with.
No,
Yeah.
not at all. Not at all. The ones we grew up with, 1, 2, and 3.
Classics.
The 3 where they
Remember
went to
with
China.
Vanilla Ice?
Oh, that was 2.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Carla and I watched
I'm gonna rewatch
TMNT 2, The Secret of the Ooze, about a month ago.
It's so good.
Still as
Where-
cheesy and bad as you think, but
Netflix?
it's I forget if it was Netflix or Hulu.
All right. Let me know.
Or
Find out.
Amazon
Let me know.
Prime.
Yeah.
You know what? I think it was Prime.
Okay, perfect.
It's one of them.
I'm gonna
Search
have
it,
to
you'll
watch
find it.
Yeah.
So
Search it, you'll find
that's
it.
a list of 22
Yep.
that I feel pretty good. What bubbles to the top for each of you? Do you have one that's kind of coming up as a favorite you're feeling?
I think so. I think I've got like the ABC Disney Saturday morning crew.
And I represent the
altogether.
Nickelodeon crew.
It seems that way. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Because I don't connect to ABC shows as much as you two. And I didn't have Disney Channel at all.
That's
So
true.
I'm repping Nickelodeon Channel 25 when I grew up. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So Chad, what are your top 2? What do you have? Let's each ring 2 and we'll get to a top 6.
I think my top 2 are going to be DuckTales. Hello.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Tailspin.
So you're like those are both duck shows. No, Tailspin was the Jungle Book one.
Yeah, but the ducks,
they're same universe.
touched down. They lived
Yeah.
in a treehouse, didn't they? Or they had a big treehouse.
It would make sense
Maybe.
if it's jungle. And
Yeah, they
Yeah.
had they ran a repair shop too.
Courier service.
Yeah. The Rescue Rangers did, I thought.
You
know what?
The
I
Rescue
don't know.
Rangers were like PIs.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Investigative.
They did run a courier
Can
service.
you
you're
name
right.
2 that bubble to your top?
Well, those 2
Are right up there.
were going to be on my list.
Okay.
But I will add 2, but I will therefore I will add one more.
Okay.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Perfect. I like that.
I can be behind that.
I can get on that. Okay. So I guess my two choices that I'm going to bring are going to have to be Arthur.
Yeah.
I forgot about it until the last minute, but...
How does this song go? Like, everyone you meet
is dancing in the street.
And they belong to each other. Something like that.
Yeah. I think Mark Brown, the author of Arthur.
That's tough to say.
Is from Massachusetts.
Really?
Yes.
You know what? We just produce good things.
Arthur.
And my last one that I'm gonna put out there, it's gonna... Sorry, I need to waffle a little bit here for a second.
I better not see Digimon show up there.
Digimon is
I could understand if it did for Elliot.
You know what? Digimon is the cartoon. I found it back in 6 years ago when streaming wasn't yet huge.
Yeah.
I downloaded the whole season 1 illegally off of whatever.
Yeah.
And I watched it. So I gotta put Digimon as
I made my own bed with this one.
You did. That's your own fault, Clayton.
I didn't expect to put Digimon. Yeah. So the two shows that I actually brought, Arthur and Digimon, not our Nickelodeon shows.
I thought you were going Doug Rugrats all the way.
Rugrats would probably be in my honorable mention.
I think that's
So our list of 5, we got Tailspin, DuckTales, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Arthur, and Digimon.
People are losing their minds right now that Doug is not on this top 5 list.
Well, you hated it.
I didn't hate it.
Oh, that wasn't on your... It was Our Real Monsters.
It was on my list. Yeah,
okay,
I hate Our Real Monsters.
Chad,
I'll
how
go
do you
with
feel?
it. Nah, I'm ambivalent.
Should we put Doug as just a dark horse?
No.
Okay,
I think we maintain integrity to where we're at. But
you know what?
People are.
If anything, we have integrity.
Right now. Yeah.
We have integrity.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad about this list of top 5.
No, I feel good.
No,
I feel pretty okay.
Yeah.
Do we want to try to pick a winner?
Sure, DuckTales.
Yeah, same.
Done.
Well, that was easy.
Yep.
Woohoo!
I don't know that we can put DuckTales as the winner because
Why?
I've never even seen it.
2 out of 3 of us voted for it.
Sure, if
the
we
winner.
go by simple majority vote.
Okay.
I think the winner...
That's more than a simple majority. That's the
super
big
majority.
Super majority.
Yeah.
66%. Yeah.
You know what? A majority is what we're talking about. So
we're confirming, like in a Senate hearing, we can.
I think
Elliot is filibustering.
We should be able to come to a consensus for the winner.
Okay, it's not going to be Digimon. Take it off the list.
Sure, I don't expect Digimon to win. But on this list, DuckTales...
I feel like Chad and I are being penalized because then. you have such a sort of narrow lens on this.
I don't have a narrow lens. I have a different lens.
Narrow. Different. Tomato.
I think for our winner, the one that we can say is our collective favorites, it should be one that we've all seen at least.
Well, then it's not going to be our collective favorites. It's going to be the one that is highest on our shared list.
Yeah.
Sure. But if ITYW had to give one vote...
Hey, we are kind of a cartoon with our
I think it would be unfair to put one that not everybody has seen. And it's my own choice to have not seen it, I understand.
Okay. Here's what we'll do.
So it's going to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Arthur by your...
There'll be 2. Let me put a proposal on the table.
Okay.
The best.
There will be the best and then the sort of people's choice, one that we've all sort of seen.
Okay.
And then one that is, the best.
Okay.
The critically acclaimed.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You okay with that?
So, Chad, you're right. The collective one that we've all seen is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Arthur.
Yeah.
Between those two.
Oh, they're so different and so great in so many different
I'm going to go with Arthur because I feel like it added to society much more than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
And it gave us that great meme of Arthur's angry hand.
Still making waves in positive ways.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Longevity for sure.
Just
the turtles are around too.
Yeah, just married his partner, and Alabama's like, you can't show that here.
Yeah, that's
I think
right.
For that alone, Arthur's making progressive waves. It's helping educate our youth in positive ways.
Yep. Not
with violence. I think Arthur.
I'm happy to put my vote behind Arthur.
Okay.
So which character in Arthur are we?
I'm Mr. Haney.
I think I'm Buster.
Buster?
The rabbit.
Yeah. I don't know. Do I have to be Francine?
No, you don't have to be. It can be whoever.
It could be DW.
Maybe DW.
DW's cool.
DW.
Was it Dorothy Winifred?
Something like that.
Something.
Yeah. Also Dorothy Wong.
Okay, so Arthur gets our I'll tell you what vote.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we love the turtles.
Winner,
turtle power too.
Right.
Turtle power's in there.
Pizza
Pizza party.
Pizza.
Which turtle do you think you were?
Ooh.
Definitely Michelangelo.
Me too.
That's who we all wanted to be.
Yeah.
Chad's actually Donatello.
Yeah,
I'm
probably.
Like, more broody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Donatello was
Raphael
the
was the
stick.
brooded one.
Oh yeah.
Donatello was the smart one, like the mature. Leonardo was
like
the
the
leader.
cool dude.
Which one was the scientist?
Donatello.
Oh, okay. I thought that was Leonardo.
Leonardo was the
Blue
leader with two swords.
Okay.
Raphael had the two the trident things.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like the broody, angry one.
Oh, he was?
Donatello had the staff.
He was the smart one?
He was the smart one. And Michelangelo had the nunchucks.
He was the funny one.
And he was funny and cool and kind of like the party dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
cool.
That's
the
it.
Turtles.
That's it. So we're right down to we had a hard stop for you guys.
No, that's not it. We still have to do our critical
Yeah, the
closing.
actual winner.
The actual winner
is DuckTales.
Woohoo!
Life is like
Wow.
an airplane here in Duckburg.
Something,
Duckburg?
something, airplane.
Wow.
It's a duck world. They'll solve a mystery. They'll
get a word out
rewrite
of it.
history. DuckTales. Woo-hoo.
In this narrowly defined system, I guess DuckTales
I
wins.
feel so good right now.
Do you think the community is going to be okay with this?
Hell yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
If they have any sense.
Okay.
Because
Because
they got
people
lots
are
of,
gonna
if
be-
they
people are
got
gonna be
lots of
so
sense, they're
mad.
going to be swimming through it like Scrooge McDuck.
That's right, doing that backstroke.
What was the winner of the Disney movie? Was it also a duck thing?
The DuckTales movie.
They placed. DuckTales, the
You
DuckTales
two-
movie placed.
You
I
two
think it was
need
like
to
second.
expand your horizons away from the duck kingdom, okay?
No, we're Team
Elliot,
Disney.
So you have
Give us
to
those mouse
appreciate and
ears.
honor greatness.
Fair enough. Hey, that's what we do. We're trying to do that every
That's
week. You know what I mean?
right, right.
We're trying to honor the greatness
We're trying to
daily.
lift up those duck voices.
Well,
They
thank
need
you
it.
everybody for
Quack,
joining along
quack.
for this.
That was a very quiet outro you just gave.
It's all- it's not the outro we wanted, but it's the outro we got.
Well, you know what?
It's the one you deserve.
I'll tell you
That's
what,
right.
community. Thank you for joining us for
Thank you,
another
community.
controversial but fun ranking
was
episode.
fun.
I had a good time
I did too.
reliving a little bit of our memories.
I feel like I came out on top. I'll tell you that much.
I think you brought DuckTales, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Arthur. Did you bring all three of those?
Yeah, and I had
think
Tailspin
you
on my
did.
list too.
Yep.
But Chad had a lot of those too.
Yeah.
Well, Nickelodeon didn't really show up at all
Nope.
on the final list, so
Nope.
sorry, Nickelodeon. I still love you.
Nickelodeon.
Chad, how do we end these out?
All right. Thank you, everybody. You've been what? You've been told.
Woohoo.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.